In November of 2019, Disney launched Disney Plus, their answer to Netflix. Netflix and Hulu, but primarily Netflix, was dominating the streaming landscape. Netflix was getting all these rights to all these movies and TV shows from other companies, and they were streaming them. And then Disney and Warner Brothers and Paramount and Comcast Universal all decided, wait a second, why are we licensing our movies and TV shows out to this other company when we can make money off of it ourselves? So that's what they did. Disney Plus started in November of 2019. I remember it because it was the week that I moved into my house, and I was taking the day off anyway to move into my new house, and it was the day that Disney Plus launched, so I was also off all day for that. The reason I bring this up is because Disney Plus is a streaming service that is a monthly subscription. When they launched, Disney has a huge back catalog of entertainment. They have years of animated hits. They also own Star Wars, so they have the entire Star Wars catalog. They have the entire Marvel catalog. Shortly before they started Disney Plus, they bought Fox, so they had all of their catalog. They have years of TV shows from ABC and Disney Channel, so they have a lot of content. But it's the back catalog is not what keeps your subscriber count going. You have to constantly be producing new material. And that's what's hurting it right now. That is what's hurting the MCU. That is what's hurting Star Wars, is that situation. Now, it's nobody's fault, and it's not getting resolved anytime soon. It's an interesting comparison to compare all of these different streaming services together, because they all have their own token big franchise TV series. Disney has the Marvel and the Star Wars shows.
Mm-hmm.
Warner HBO has the Game of Thrones show, now the new spinoff. Netflix has Stranger Things. Netflix would kill to have the MCU or Star Wars or Game of Thrones in their library. But Disney right now could really use a Stranger Things. Disney could use an original property that's not Marvel or Star Wars, that they can crank out a new show every year. Because what you're seeing is Disney is forcing Marvel and forcing Lucasfilms to produce a new TV show to come out every 3 to 4 months. And all of those TV shows have to be 9 episodes long, because you know what happens? Can you do the math on 9 episodes if it comes out on a weekly basis? How many months is that going to? It's 3 months.
3 months.
It's 3 months. It's not 8 episodes, because 8 episodes is only 2 months. They have to get people to keep coming back to that service every single month, because if they go a month that they don't have somebody coming to watch it, somebody's going to unsubscribe, and then they're losing money. That's what this is. That is the reason why the MCU is depleted. Phase 4 of the MCU has started in January of 2021 and will technically come to a close in November or December of 2022, depending on if you count Guardians Christmas special as a part of this phase. So 2 whole years. Mm-hmm. In those 2 full years, if you count What If and you count the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special, that's 17 properties. 17 in 2 years. We went the first 3 phases of this thing. They would do like 3 or 4 movies a year. We've had 17 in 2 years. That's the problem. Everybody's like, Kevin Feige spread too thin. Marvel's doing too much. They're bogging. Yeah, it's absolutely correct. And it's because Disney does not have another property. They've not had success doing anything original on their streaming service or in their studio in general to get people to come back. So until Disney is able to strike gold with like a Stranger Things, like an original property that's not tied to the MCU or Star Wars, until they're able to do that, this is what we're going to get. We're going to get shows that are 9 episodes long, because that's 3 months worth of subscriptions. And we're going to keep getting them 3 or 4 of them a year, combined with 3 or 4 movies a year. And until they solve that problem, that's what we're going to get. And it's going to continue to bog down the product.
I was thinking the same thing watching She-Hulk. I was like, I thought about it because there was 22 movies they had to watch from phase 1 to phase 3 into phase 4.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're telling me that if somebody, like, I think you said this before, someone new that's like, I want to watch this MCU stuff. Okay, sit down. You have to watch these 20 some movies between phase 1 and 3. And then phase 4 alone, you've got to watch 17 different things.
Yep.
Now, 2 of them may not really tie into anything, but you might as well just watch them. So 17 things. That is overwhelming to be like, I have to watch all of this to understand what is going on.
Yep.
And then you're starting to see, I don't know if this directly correlates with what's been going on. You saw the Blade director leave. That has no correlation. So that's just difference of opinion, difference of creativity. But now you're seeing we get this whole thing about all these phases and when the stuff's going to come out. And everything is now pushed back.
It's because they're all connected.
They're all connected.
Everything that happens in one movie is going to affect things that happen in the movies that follow it. I mean, that again is the nature of what they've created. I am certainly not against anything they've done. I've been a fan of most everything the MCU has given us, but that's just the business of what they're doing. When you have an interconnected thing like that, this isn't the DCEU where it doesn't really matter if Flash doesn't come out next year. It's not going to really affect anything. Like when they have an issue like this, where you have a Blade situation, then yeah, it's going to push every single thing back. Mm-hmm. So that's what you run into. It's too much because they're trying to fill that streaming service, and because they're all interconnected, everything affects the things behind it.
And Disney's got to be careful because this is going to push Kevin Feige out because the thing of he's stretched too thin. Yes, he is. He's got to worry about these TV shows. Now he's got a Blade director leaving. So that affects that movie. So that movie probably has to come out before a certain one. So everything's got to get pushed back. And he's going to eventually get burnt out because he's the top guy. Now he gives it to he's going to get burnt out. And then Disney, they're going to lose him. And my opinion is when he's gone, is it going to be the same? Whoever takes over, is it going to continue the same trend it's been going?
And yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be shocked at all if he's done after phase 6. I think I said that on our last show. Mm-hmm. Phase 6 currently is supposed to end with Secret Wars in May of 2026. I would not be shocked at all if that is when Kevin Feige decides it's time to move on. Maybe he goes and tries to do something with Star Wars, or maybe he does. I don't know, but like it just wouldn't shock me because of what they've done with him, and he is absolutely spread too thin. And it's not all his fault. It's not really anybody's fault, but that's just kind of the nature where we're at.